Hello, good morning students. Welcome in today's class through online teaching. Myself Upma Meena, Assistant Professor of English, Government PG College, Bara. So students, in today's class we are going to discuss a famous novel entitled The Mayor of Casterbridge. And this novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge, is written by Thomas Hardy, who is a well-known novelist and poet of Victorian period. And this novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge, has been included in BA Part 2nd syllabus, Paper 2nd, Prose and Fiction. Now we will discuss about the plot of the novel The Mayor of Casterbridge. Thomas Hardy is a mastered artist in the plot construction of his novels. Hardy has used every device in the construction of his plots. For example, coincidences, chance happening, turning of old and long lost relations are liberally exploited in his novels. If there is any complications in the plots of his novels, it is not confusing. Hardy's novels are compact of stories. There is never any loose end about them. The plot grows out of characters. His plots are highly dramatic and they develop at quite a rapid and even speed. So, we will discuss the plot of the novel The Mayor of Casterbridge. So, let's start. This novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge, was written in 1886. The novel Mayor of Casterbridge was written in 1886 by Thomas Hardy, who is a famous Victorian poet of 19th century. Michael Henchard is the name of hero of this novel. Michael Henchard is protagonist or hero of this novel and he is a hairdresser. One day, Michael Henchard, a hairdresser who goes to visit a fair with his wife Elizabeth and Susan. Henchard's wife name is Susan and he has a daughter whose name is Elizabeth Jane. In the fair, he drinks against wishes of his wife. In the fair, Henchard drinks wine against wishes of his wife, and in the fits of drunkenness, he sells his wife and child for 5 guineas. In the fits of drunkenness, Henchard sells his wife Susan and his daughter Elizabeth only for 5 guineas to a young sailor whose name was Newson. When Henchard is normal in the next morning, he feels ashamed of his foolishness. Then he goes to a church and takes an oath not to touch wine for 21 years. Next morning, Henchard goes to a church and takes an oath not to touch wine for 21 years. And it makes him a totally changed man. He makes a search for his wife Susan and his daughter Elizabeth, but all vain. Then he gives up the search and goes to live at Casterbridge in Dorchester. Here, by his own efforts, Henchard becomes a rich and mayor of Casterbridge. And this incident was a turning point in Michael Henchard's life. It is 20 years after that his wife and daughter reach the Weddon Prior Fairs. The Weddon Prior Fairs is a name of fair where he went to visit with his wife and daughter, and he sold out his wife and daughter Elizabeth only for 5 guineas to a sailor whose name was Newson. And his wife and daughter reach the Weddon Prior's Fair and takes wear out of Henchard from the lady in whose tent she was sold out for only 5 guineas. And Newson, the sailor to whom she was sold, had died. She comes Henchard, and after some time she is reunited to her husband, and Henchard's own daughter has died, and the girl with her is daughter of Newson. But Henchard is not aware of that fact. She also gives her same name, Elizabeth Jane. Henchard is led to believe that this Elizabeth is his own daughter. And now Henchard, who is mayor of Casterbridge, appoints a new Scotman whose name is Donald Farfrae to look after his business. Before his reunion with Susan, Henchard promised a lady in Jersey, but now failing to do so because of this reunion, he sends a letter and check to the lady as a compensation, and the name of lady is Lucetta. One day, Henchard persuaded Farfrae, who is manager of his business, to take supper with him. After supper, Henchard tells Farfrae about his past life. He also tells him his plan of remarriage with Susan. Henchard loves his daughter very much and does his best to make the life of Susan and Elizabeth as comfortable as possible. Elizabeth develops into a beautiful, intelligent, and virtuous lady. One day, Henchard quarrels with Farfrae and the latter resigns. Now Farfrae starts his own corn business in Casterbridge, and there is a competition of business between Farfrae and Henchard, and this business and this competition Henchard loses. After an illness, Susan dies. After an illness or sickness, Susan, the wife of Henchard, dies. Before her death, she writes a letter and sealed it with the instruction that the letter should not be opened before Elizabeth's wedding day. One day, he reads the letter of Susan and shocked to know that Elizabeth is not his daughter. He comes to know that Elizabeth is not his real daughter. His daughter had died 3 months after the sale incident. Henchard now wants to marry Lucetta, but Farfrae comes in the way. Farfrae also begins to love Lucetta, so Farfrae is a rival both in his love and business. Lucetta and Farfrae marry secretly. Now Henchard is buying because he is totally disappointed. Newson comes and claims on his daughter. Henchard hates Farfrae, who is rival both on love and in his business. Henchard wants to crush Farfrae and appoints Job as his manager. At this time, Henchard wants to crush Farfrae and he appoints Job as his manager, and he instructs him to ruin Farfrae in business. Henchard suffered heavy losses and dismisses Job, who also turns out to be enemy of Henchard. Later on, Henchard comes to know of Farfrae's marriage with Lucetta, so he becomes very frustrated. Elizabeth begins to live in a house just opposite that of Henchard. Henchard is no more mayor of Casterbridge once he hears the case of woman who discloses in the court evil deed of selling his wife. It makes Henchard to lose sociality also. Anyhow, his daughter still has faith in her father. He becomes bankrupt. His business is bought by Farfrae. Lucetta, who has married Farfrae, finds that her love affair with Henchard have become public. Henchard also shocked to learn about the exposure of his affair. After that, Lucetta becomes sick and dies. Now Henchard is very sad. His single hope is Elizabeth Jane. He thinks of committing suicide but withdraws. Donald Farfrae now takes interest in Elizabeth Jane. At this time, Newson comes back to tell Elizabeth Jane that she is his daughter. Now, Henchard leaves Castlereagh and again starts the work of a hairdresser. He leaves Castlereagh. Elizabeth and Farfrae make efforts to Elizabeth lives happy. Elizabeth and Farfrae make efforts to find out Henchard, but all in vain. They come to know that he has died in poor condition. Abel Whittle, a villager, told them that Henchard has died in poor condition. Now Elizabeth lives a very happy and satisfied life with Donald Farfrae, but she is thoughtful. Because she know that happiness is transitory and it is an occasional episode in the general drama of pain. Henchard is introduced in this novel as a poor hairdresser. He is going with his wife and infant daughter in search of employment, and in the state of drunkenness he sells his wife to a sailor whose name Newson. Soon he realizes his mistake and vainly searches for her. He settles in Castlereagh and there, with his industry, he earns a lot of wealth and becomes the mayor of Castlereagh. After 18 years, Susan returns to Henchard along with her daughter Elizabeth Jane from Newson. In the due course of events, Henchard appoints Farfrae his business manager. Farfrae, with his ability, brings prosperity to Henchard's business, and Henchard remarries Susan and they began to live a happy life along with Elizabeth Jane. And this is mainly the introduction of the novel. Now the events give rise to complications. Henchard's program fails due to rains or the national festival, and Farfrae, who is no more in the employment of Henchard, makes a right guess and he earns hug profits in his business. On the other hand, Henchard suffers heavy losses in business. Susan dies, and before her death she writes a letter disclosing that Elizabeth Jane is Newson's daughter and closes it with the instructions written on the cover of envelope of the letter, and she said that the letter should be opened on the bedding of Elizabeth Jane. It gives rise to complications of the theme. Henchard loves Elizabeth Jane as her real daughter, but it is from his letter of Susan that he learns that Elizabeth Jane is not his own daughter. So he becomes rough and indifferent towards Elizabeth Jane, and Lucetta has come to Castlereagh to marry Henchard after the death of Susan, and Henchard has permitted Farfrae to court Elizabeth Jane. Farfrae goes to Lucetta's house to meet Elizabeth Jane, but there Lucetta begins to love Farfrae at first sight. It further complicates the matters. Henchard's business is ruined and he becomes bankrupt. Farfrae purchases all business and property of Henchard, and Henchard feels that Farfrae is his competitor both in business and love. At the end, the lovers must be united. Newson meets his daughter. Elizabeth Jane becomes angry at Henchard for deceiving her. She marries Farpre. Henchard comes to bless the wedding couple, but he is ill-treated by Elizabeth. Now Henchard leaves the place, heartbroken and dejected. He travels hungry and tired. At this time, he is helped by Abel Whittle. Farpre and Elizabeth Jane go out in search of Henchard, and then they are informed of the death of Henchard by Abel Whittle. Thus, there is perfect unity of plot in The Mayor of Casterbridge. Hardy has used all possible devices to make his plot perfect in all aspects.